food shortage updates for January of 2024 and some grocery prices that are going up. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, the Patriot Bald Eagle. Guys, if you have to hit pause to get your coffee together, go ahead and do so now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. Okay, let's get to it here. We have things going on. So most of what we're going to be discussing tonight is what we have heard from you guys in the comments. This is what we do on the channel. This is how we are able to get information as quickly as we do, because we hear from all of our faithful viewers on the channel here all around the country and all around the world. I gather a few different things a week and then talk about them in one of these coffee rant videos to just get it across. Some of the food shortages that we've been seeing. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about what I did today. Went to Dollar Tree today. Dollar Tree, just to do a normal Dollar Tree video, go over some of the different foods, a lot of things that you guys have asked about. Surprisingly, not a lot, but a few of the things that you guys have asked me to check out, I was able to point out in the video. So it's good that some of these items are coming back in. However, Dollar Tree looked pretty empty. And if you remember our last Dollar Tree video, I didn't go over everything. You know, we didn't go all throughout the store, but it was pretty low then too. One issue that we are having, okay, and I know this isn't a food shortage, but bleach. Can't find any bleach at our Dollar Tree. I don't know, but the shelves at Dollar Tree were very empty shelves. And I hate seeing that. I hate seeing that because over the last couple trips we've gone to Dollar Tree, it's been a lot lower than normal. And it doesn't seem like they're really getting in a lot of extra stuff. They're not getting in a lot of anything, really. If you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribed down below. Make sure you check out our video tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you are aware every time we post an upload here on Adventures with Dano on YouTube, and YouTube only. So one of the comments we've been getting a lot lately are canned goods at Walmart. Okay, now we've noticed that there's been a lot less canned goods at our Walmart as well, especially on vegetables. That's been the big one, the great value vegetables. Yeah, it's been a lot low. We've also seen them kind of reorganize and restructure that aisle. So I'm kind of curious myself if they're getting rid of some of them. Now, I don't know that for a fact. I don't know for sure. But we've had several comments on people going to Walmart and not being able to find some of the canned vegetables you're looking for. So what I would recommend is kind of looking in different aisles, see if they're starting to match them up with other different types of canned goods that they have. I did notice that there were a lot more great value beans the last time I went, and they were kind of matching them up with like Del Monte and Bush's and those kind of things, but still a lot lower than normal. Now, as far as like Kroger goes, we had some comments that some of the Kroger, somebody had said Ralph's out west. We had someone that had mentioned Dillon's up north of here, that a lot of the canned goods are very low. I will say that our Kroger has been low the last couple weeks. I haven't really pointed it out in some of our shopping videos, but they have been pretty low. Not overly noticeable, but we will check here in a few days as we go and visit Kroger to see if they're getting these things in. One thing I will say is Del Monte's been coming in full force. We've been seeing Del Monte canned vegetables back. They have been returning to the stores. Now, another one here, and I did mention Dollar Tree in my notes here, but we just went over that. Well, Dollar Tree did have a good amount of Del Monte canned vegetables, pretty low on Campbell's. If you remember the last time I went to Dollar Tree, it was a different Dollar Tree, but it was kind of like scattered out. This one was the same way, but I noticed that today they had moved everything in like a confined area, and it did look significantly lower. And it makes me wonder if they're restructuring Dollar Tree for something to change. There's been kind of rumors that Dollar Tree may raise their prices. They may have to. None of us want to see that, but who knows? I mean, they may have to. We got some comments about Aldi. Went to Aldi the other day, and some people were saying that they were having trouble finding some of the canned goods of Dakota beans and the Happy Harvest canned vegetables. Now, I've never seen Aldi completely out. I've seen it low, but I've never seen it completely out. But we're seeing a trend here. We are seeing canned goods not as much, right? So there's shortages of them. Something's going on. It could be with the tin cans. I don't really know. It could be transportation. It could be bad harvest. It could be one of a million different. It could be a multitude of reasons why they're not coming in. It could be transportation. We do go over that some in our Dollar Tree video tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Adventures with Dano on YouTube. And thank you all to our new subscribers and our past subscribers for being part of the adventure here. If you see something in the stores, or more importantly, if you don't see something, give it a little bit of time. Maybe that second trip that you make to the store. I've been getting a lot of comments on bread lately. Apparently there's been shortages of bread. One thing we've noticed with bread around here, we have seen it low as well, but it's been coming back at a much higher price. We always talk about that on the channel. Stuff will go away, comes back at a higher price, and sometimes a much higher price. We saw where Sunbeam, that had gone from $2.39 to $2.49 just a couple months ago, now $2.69. We've seen Kroger bread go. Now we're seeing it on sale again, and I saw it one Kroger. We'll have to check again Wednesday, but I saw where it was $1.99. But we had seen Kroger bread go up to $2.29. So I don't know if it's going to go back to that. We did see it on sale for $1.79, but that kind of fluctuates with sales and stuff. Plus, I always think that they're trying to confuse us, right? Like with the whole low price sticker thing, they put low prices on things, and it's like now they're putting low price, but it's actually on sale, but they don't say it's on sale. And as to where that is still a good thing, you're still putting sale prices on things and then putting the regular price on the low sticker sign that they have. They don't put what the regular price is. Confusing the mind to think that that is always going to be the case, and it is not. Most of the time when we see low price stickers, and not just Kroger, there's other stores. Meijer's been kind of fiddling around with this as well. But lately we've seen this happen at Kroger, and it's tricking the eyes to always think that when you see low price, it's on a sale. That is not the case. Okay, so we did get a couple comments over the last week or so from some of our longtime viewers that shop at Target. We do have some viewers that is like their biggest grocery shop. They shop the Good and Gather, which Good and Gather products are pretty good, the canned goods, and that's the case. Canned goods disappearing. One of our viewers was talking about the organic canned goods by Good and Gather. They're a little more pricey, but people argue that they are the best. I've never tried any of the organic, but I know that the Good and Gather vegetables are pretty good. We like the frozen vegetables. Those are really good. And they're still 99 cents. As far as I know, I haven't been to Target in a while. But another thing has been some of their open area, like meats and stuff like that, being very low. I have noticed that at Target. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been to Target, but I noticed that the last time I was there was a lot of the stuff was low. Their dairy, which you also commented on, their milk, it has definitely been a lot lower than normal. Usually that is completely full, and every time we were going to Target, it is very low all the time. Now they have plenty of that Ryder milk because it's like $5 a gallon. Probably more than that now, I don't know, because dairy prices continue to go up in price. That is our next thing here too. We are starting to see egg prices all around the country go way up in price. Now, as to where they went up here. They all not doubled, but I'd say up 70 cents, right, over the last month. Okay, now it's been different in other parts of the country. With the whole bird flu and all that thing, they had to cull a lot of chickens. That's going to cause egg prices to keep going up for a little while. I always say if you find a deal, find a sale, maybe stock up on some, preserve them any way you can. And if you have any questions on how to do that, we have a ton of viewers that can explain that down in the comments. I mean, there are a lot of ways to preserve things. We just have to, all kinds of interesting ways. So yes, if you're interested in that, make sure you reach out to one of our faithful viewers, because we have viewers that love giving recipes, ways to preserve things. That is really good during these times, because if we're going to pay a huge price for things, when you find a deal, you want to buy up some and then have ways to store it for later, whether that's freezing it or other ways. Okay. Now, some of the things that you guys have mentioned have been going up in price. Cereal. Okay. And I had this with bread before. Okay, but the one thing I wanted to say is I have not seen cereal prices go up at some of the stores that we visit. Okay, I haven't seen it. It's just crazy expensive, right? Crazy expensive, ridiculously expensive. You should only buy cereal when it's on sale. Same thing. And to our new viewers, I will say Kroger, or at least around here, and most places in the country, is the most expensive grocery store where you can save the most money. The reason why I say that is because they have the best sales. And if you only shop the sales, then you should do okay by shopping at Kroger. We have hundreds and hundreds of viewers on the channel that only shop at Kroger because that is the way they save. And thank you to all your great, heartwarming comments of to me and Jessica in our video the other day when we went to Hobby Lobby. That was a lot of fun. Me and Jessica had a great time. If you happen to miss that video, it was the last video that we did before this one. So make sure you check that out. 90% off some things at Hobby Lobby. It's Christmas stuff, but they also have like other things, different paintings and different like decor and stuff, 50% off. Hobby Lobby's traditionally pretty expensive, but when you get stuff 50% off, I mean, that is pretty good. And you know kind of what these prices are at other places. And sometimes I'll think like, okay, this 50% off, I'm still saving maybe $5 to $10 of what it would be at this other store. So still ends up being a good deal. But one of the big ones here too, guys, pasta. We're seeing pasta go up in price. We saw cremette just go up in price. And this is one we get a lot of comments on all the time. Usually about shortages, but now we're hearing more and more prices going up. Another instance of where something goes away, comes back at a higher price. I'm not surprised at all. None of this surprises me anymore. And yes, I do actually still get sticker shock. I go into the stores as like a vlog, right? I'm vlogging myself shopping, and I like to go in with the experience so that we share that experience together. I still get upset at these prices. How can you not? But I try to provide some entertainment and, maybe some hope in the future. I mean, it's not, I know these subjects are kind of doomy and gloomy, but I try to make it to get the information out there, but to kind of enjoy it at the same time. Now, some days I absolutely lose it when we're seeing prices, just everything go up, like Walmart. Few weeks ago, it was like everything at Walmart was going up. It was crazy. Not by much. Some things were getting pretty expensive, right? We saw some things jump 50 cents, 60 cents. Most things were jumping like a nickel, a dime, but still, we saw sugar go up. Now, this was a couple months ago, but we saw sugar go up twice at Walmart. It went up $1. I'm not even going to do the math. It was, $6.88 there before it initially went up to $7.28, and then like a couple weeks later went up to $7.68. I mean, and that was the kickoff. That was the start of it all. Next on the list, people have been saying been going up in price is meat. Meat is definitely keeping going up in price. Give me a second here. My mouth's a little dry. I didn't even mention what coffee I was drinking. Walmart, donut shop. I had a little bit left. I had to get rid of it. It's okay. I like the 100% Colombian better. But anyway, yeah, meat prices are going to continue to rise until we start to find some kind of stabilization, some kind of something. Some of these prices have to come down in order for, one, our farmers to save money, right? Because that's a big thing. When farmers are losing so much money that they have to sell off their herd like a year in advance, that's why we're in the position we are right now. And you add all these other things, employee shortages at factories and employee shortages all over the world, I guess. I mean, it's not just here in the States, guys. It's everywhere. And we have viewers from all over the world that explain us. It's how we know. It's how we are able to stay in contact with everything going on around the world, and we thank you all so much for that. Thank you so much for being part of Adventures with Dano on YouTube. Let's see here. Okay, some more shortages, and I don't know where to really go with this because it's ones that I believe should be coming back in. Don't know if it's going to be a higher price. I really don't know what's going on. Let me know down in the comments if you do. Okay. Lettuce, apparently. Now, I've seen overflow of lettuce lately. but we're getting comments on it around the country that it's been low or out in some of your grocery stores. So it could happen here. This is why we get this information out as fast as possible, so that maybe next time you go to the store, if you're thinking, well, I'll get a head of lettuce next time, maybe you should get one now and, preserve it the best way you can. One that we have noticed lately is celery. Celery has we went to Aldi. I have never been to Aldi and not seen celery. Now, it was on sale. It was on a Aldi Saver deal for 95 cents. Okay, so I take that into consideration, but we've had more comments from around the country that celery has been flying off the shelves or disappearing. Same thing with green beans. Now, I know fresh green beans, well, it could be whether it's coming in out of season or something, or transportation could be a big issue, but I will say this. We saw fresh green beans disappear for the longest time. And then they came back at a crazy high price. We've had green beans, and I know it's seasonal and all that stuff, but it's the most expensive we've seen fresh green beans ever. At $2.49 or $2.99 a pound, that's a lot of money for some green beans. At that point, I'm buying frozen, which we do anyway, because, and maybe that's better. And, we've been getting some comments of what frozen vegetables that me and Jessica like best. I have said this in the comments before. I will say Kroger frozen vegetables are really good. When they have one of their deals, like if it's on the buy five, say, or usually that's on like a smaller deal where the buy six, say 50 cents each or something, or they'll have them for like $1 a bag, right? The last time I think it was on a digital coupon, I used mine and then Jess used hers, and we filled our freezer up with 10 bags for $1 a piece, But I don't know, like Kroger frozen vegetables are always crisp, they're clean, they're fresh. I will say Good and Gather, we've gotten theirs before too. Now theirs had gone up in price too. I liked it a lot better when they were 79 cents a bag. They are 99 cents a bag now. I still wouldn't put them over Kroger vegetables. If I make vegetable soup, Kroger mixed vegetables is the one I use. It's never failed me. I have gotten great value before and not been overly disappointed. I don't get too disappointed when it comes to food on anything, but I just feel like Kroger quality is better. I'd almost rather spend the extra quarter knowing that I don't know if I've ever had a bad bag of Kroger frozen vegetables. They're really good. And they're $1.25 for a reason. We were $1. I was at Dollar Tree today. $1.25 for the TJ Farms frozen vegetables. Now, I don't have a problem with it, but again, at the price point, I'm obviously buying Kroger. So, anyway, okay, and melons. Now I've seen a lot less melons lately. Personal watermelons, cantaloupe. Now, we had that issue with cantaloupe with the whole salmonella thing that's pretty much spread out all over 50 states and in Canada. And I don't know. I think people are being very particular about that. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, to be honest with you. Some people were talking about how some stores were out of melons. You can't find melons. I know we have one diehard cantaloupe lover on the channel here that was pretty upset about the whole recall and all that. But I feel like that's kind of just a wait and see game. A lot of these things too, I'm just bringing them to your attention. We're just talking about these things. Do I think these things are going to get way overpriced? Everything's already way overpriced. That's why our main focus on doing our store videos, at least, are to find the best prices out there. Show the sales as we see them. And really, I know we don't show a lot of the things that we buy all the time, but a lot of things that we go through, we do buy. We do buy. All the stuff that you see on sales, yeah, those are the things we're buying, because I don't pay full price for nothing. Now, I might be paying full price on the sale for what the regular price was last year. We don't have a choice. Sometimes you don't have a choice. But, always make sure that if you are having trouble finding something, let us know down in the comments. Even if I can't get to all the comments all the time anymore, our channel's growing. We're getting pretty big. And, thank you all for that. Really do. And we have a lot of great viewers that like to help as well. If you abbreviate your city and state, right, don't give your neighborhood or your address or anything silly like. We've had people do that before, and I know, there's a lot of trusting people, and believe me, I appreciate the trust, right? in things. But you got to be careful when you're doing that online and everything. That's why I always say Adventures with Dano on YouTube. So you know right where to find me. So if you're seeing me on something else, you know that you are on the wrong channel. But feel free to share our videos to any social media that you want. Just give me credit for it, will you? Don't try to pretend that I'm you or something like that. That's people do that, guys. People do that. Okay. Can't believe I almost forgot these. There was a big argument on the channel with a lot of different viewers about pop. Okay. Now, we don't drink pop anymore. I'll have a root beer every now and then. Okay. A root beer every now and then. Can't find a good sarsaparilla anymore. But pop, soda, whatever you like to call it. We call it pop here in Cincinnati. Yeah, it's going through the roof. It is getting ridiculously overpriced. We talked about this where Carrefour, however you say that, Spain, France, Italy, all this huge European supermarket chain that has just taken down their Pepsi products. Now, as we talked about how this could be maybe the start of something, well, I hope so. We need to all start figuring out, okay, how can we get these prices down? How do we work it out? How do we preach work ethics? Like, hey, look at what these things were 3 or 4 years ago before everything kind of hit the fan there for a minute. Let's get back to that. Let's start drawing things in, draw up a plan, and start working on the problem. I know, when there's so many different problems, when there's so many different things going on, it's hard to focus because it's overwhelming. It becomes overwhelming. You have to step back. You have to breathe. Whatever part of the plan or diagram or something, we got great engineers, right? We got engineers. Let's figure out the problem. Let's fix the infrastructure. Let's fix how we are working. Let's make our workers strong, pay them what they're worth, make sure they're getting their time. It's like this is the lifeline of all countries is how you work with it. Whether you drive a truck, whether you drive a train, whether you captain a ship, we got to start working on these things, and we got to start working on them now a little bit at a time. We can't fix it all at once. We have to slowly pick our battles within what we can, right? Now, that could be, with food, it could be like, hey, you know what? I'm not paying $9 for a 12-pack of Pepsi. Ever. And then when I look at that, I'm thinking to myself, well, I shouldn't have been paying $6.99 either. But I'm just not going to do it, right? So that will force, and Coke, whoever. I'm just using Pepsi because that's the latest example. I don't want to see companies hurt. I don't want to see companies go away. I want to see these companies fix the problem. I realized when I did that video the other day how many Diet Pepsi drinkers we have on the channel. My father-in-law drinks Diet Pepsi. He loves it. Boy, I'll tell you, and there's ways to get it cheap. Buy the sales. They buy the deals, right? Don't pay the $9. Wait till it's on sale, and if enough people don't spend the $9, they're going to have to lower it because they're going to think, at least if I was running the company, I'd be like, everybody's quitting drinking pop. $3, a 12-pack, I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing that out here. But, hopefully some of the right people might listen to this video and realize, you know what? That guy's got a pretty good idea here. I'm going to do my part, and then this person's going to do their part, and their part, and their part. And just getting the word out there about it is important because that gets the mindset. Something has to happen. I'm not just talking about Pepsi. I'm talking about everything. Everything. Now, one that's been kind of disturbing for a lot of people, and one that I really haven't talked about much, is water. Water has been in short supply. Now, I've seen that at Kroger. I've seen it at Meijer, especially. I saw a lot of water at Dollar Tree today, though. It's funny how that works. But, we've been getting a lot of comments on it, so that is why I'm talking about it. Distilled water is coming up in the conversation again. We are seeing it come back at a higher price. We saw where Meijer just went up to $1.35 a gallon, right? few weeks ago, we saw where Kroger just went from $1.29 a gallon to $1.49 a gallon. $1.49 a gallon for a gallon of water. I don't know, guys. We saw where Ice Mountain just jumped up to $6.29 at Kroger as well for the 24-pack. The 40-pack of Kroger water, which they basically, I would assume they just have like a filter and, filling them up like this. And who knows? That's probably how it all is. But I know, I'm just making a joke. But their 40-packs are $5.99 now. That's insane. That's crazy. Even Ice Mountain 24-pack for $6.29. You can get a 40-pack at Sam's Club still for $6.54. So now that makes way more sense. 32-pack at Walmart, the last time I checked, was $6.28. But I wouldn't be surprised if that goes up as well. We will have to get back to Walmart, check some of the different prices on things. I'll probably actually do some actual shopping at Walmart, which I always do off camera. But show you guys maybe some of the things that we like to buy at Walmart, maybe some of the great value products. I like a lot of great value products. I do. I mean, their coffee's great. This one, it's okay. Next time I go, I'm getting the Colombian, though. It's cheap. And I have other coffees. I just, as they run down, as we do these different coffee chats and everything, I like to mix it up a little bit. I have so much coffee. It's ridiculous. I have coffees that I won't even drink. So if everything, hits the fan someday, I'll use it as trading. I will trade some coffee for, I don't know. Here, have this Cafe Bustelo brick. I'm not a big fan anyway. Oh, I just gave it away. I am not a big fan of Cafe Bustelo, but we get thousands of comments for me to check out the prices on it, and it is really going up in price. It is. Cafe Bustelo. Get it at Aldi while you still can. It's $3.75. It's funny because that's actually a penny cheaper than it was over the last couple years. It was $3.76 forever. We saw it go up to $3.98 at Aldi, but they just dropped the price to $3.75. $5.49 at Kroger. $4.29. $4.29 at Meijer, unless it's on sale. Still more expensive. And that'll probably be going up at Meijer too. So, guys, and I feel like prices at Meijer, I feel like they're really going to take off here at some point. I feel like it is like just getting ready to. I feel like Meijer. That's why I love Meijer. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like these prices are really going to start to soar at Meijer. I hope not. I always have hope. And that is what we need, guys. Thank you all so much for listening to me rant tonight. Wanted to talk about these items that people have been talking. This has gone over the last couple weeks. I like to put these things together. I kind of like to do a little bit of the research myself in some of the stores as I go along off camera to see if some of these things that we're seeing are the same things as what you are. And a lot of it is. Some of it isn't, but that's okay. It's good that we all get this information out here so that we are all aware. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.